So this is a request video by somebody on the internet. Once stated, how can nothing still be something? Well, in the world of science, everything is made of energy. Whether you believe in quantum physics, string theory, just to name a few, physics. But nothingness in the world of quantum physics, or most science, that goes on volume and energy, will tell you that the law of conservation states that energy cannot be destroyed, everything is made of energy, and that it can only be multiplied and cloned and changed by physical properties. Whether, like, for example, like subatomic formulas or basically macro and microbiology. But basically the idea is that every piece of energy or something has some sort of mass. And with that mass comes the idea that even nothing is still something in the terms of its volume. So in this case, mass in volume in this case. So if we can prove that nothing is just something, it could be something that's so small you just can't see it, but it's there. I'll get a good example: energy particles, such as, oxygen, hydrogen, helium, lithium. You get the idea, just some elements just that I was naming off. Basically, the idea is that just because you don't see something doesn't mean it exists. It could be very small, it could be invisible, or if it really it's kind of like the whole argument why everything is infinite versus why you would say something is limited, because if it's like the same paradox. If you have something that's too small or too big, there could always be something even bigger than that. So it's like kind of like arguing, like, what was the very first thing that happened in the infinite paradox? You could say that nothing, everything requires a beginning, but then where does that beginning come from? And it's like the same thing with something that doesn't exist. You could say it doesn't exist, but maybe somewhere it does, and because we haven't checked everywhere. And if it requires volume and mass, you basically would have to understand that volume and mass would still be something, because even, like, for example, even the number 0, for example, is still a number. It might not, it might symbolically it's just there for the, to separate the negative numbers and the positive numbers, but it's still a number nonetheless. 0 is nothing, but it's still something. So it's interesting to think about, because, even in the world of quantum physics, nothing really is something, because it can be applied to the beginning of something, or maybe something so small that you might not be able to just see it.